Over the next 10 years, I got one big goal: make $10 million. Well, that's not too big of a goal, but to make it harder, we're going to start with $10, and here's the real hard part. That time has to stay on 10 times speed. Let's see if we can get it done. Well, hello and welcome back in, everybody. We are here once again on AgroForests, episode 20 this time around, and I am pretty excited to show off a few things. Well, let's go ahead and get our lights turned on around here. It's a little dark. We were cutting it very close on that field. That 10 times speed has proven to be an issue. Left y'all last episode with a little bit of cliffhanger, trying to figure out if y'all knew how much grass we got off that field. And looks like we got almost 300,000 liters. It is going pretty fast. 288,000 something of grass and 9,000 something of silage. We have silage being made here. I'm pretty excited about that. I also did say there was an issue on another piece of our land. Let's go take care of that once we wake up in the morning. But I think before we go to sleep, I forgot all about those chickens. They may be out of food. Well, it is definitely a close one. 262 liters of food left in this. Oh yeah, they are about out. I do not like that. We have food on the ground, we have food in the big bag, but we have nothing to lift either one of those up right now. I'm trying to remember, where did I leave my front loader? I'm thinking it's at the store, and there's another thing I need to do besides just get that front loader and lift these big bags. I need to get our actual trailer out here, our grain bin trailer, fill that up with some grain and leave it sitting here where it can just automatically go in there over and over again like I did previously, but for some reason I forgot all about that and I went right back to big bags. Field over there is all done. I'm excited to see how that grows up. Almost 300,000 liters of grass off of it, and it is not at its fullest potential of harvest. That is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm really excited to see what it will be at its fullest potential. But I think we got a long ways before we can even get to that full potential. I'm gonna get to sleep one day, but first I gotta take care of those chickens. Well, this is not good. Obviously, the rain coming in is not good, but other than that, the part that's really not good is the fact that I finally hit my biggest fear of this challenge. We didn't get all the work done in one full day. It rolled over to the next day. Now, is that gonna affect anything we got going on right now? No, I guess it's all really done and we're taking care of the chickens right now. And I really hate the way these pallets spawn in, and they just keep flipping over right there. Something needs to get fixed there, and I probably have to fix that. I wonder what I'm going to end up upgrading from a different place to sleep. This is kind of ridiculous. Now, that barn over there, it does have a nice whole upstairs looking part to it. I guess I could get a sleeping bag and just start sleeping up there. Not a bad idea now that I think about it a little more. Okay, bright and early in the morning. Now, that other issue I mentioned, we got some problem out on our land. Let's see if we actually do have that problem. I was kind of thinking we would, and I could look in here and see, yeah, there's a little bit of a problem. What I'm talking about is a certain production. The land I'm talking about is the forestry land. There's 38,000 liters of wood left in here. Is that going to keep us running pretty good? Maybe. I don't know. It just seems like it goes by so fast. And this stuff is still set up on selling, so our total up there in the top right's up to $33,000. Let's do a little check on our animals. Main thing I want to look at and show y'all is the field. How did it grow up? What's it look like? It has been a while since I have actually played on this series, and I forgot how fast that 10 times speed actually is. We've already been in this day for a good hour or so, and I feel like I've got nothing done. I'm not going to worry about starting up any contracts. I usually run them in the background, stuff like that, but I've taken care of the animals, got some water to them, fed them. Now I'm going to feed them again and take care of some productions as well. Now, looking at our fields over here, it's looking pretty good, I guess. It's growth 2 of 3. I thought there was 4 stages. Oh, there is 4 actually. I see it right there. Growth stage 2 of 4. And there's another one that says 2 of 3. Interesting on that one. So it's obviously not going to be in the best state, and I'm not going to worry about buying soil samples. I'm afraid once I buy those soil samples, I'm not going to like what those numbers are going to say. So I'm just going to ignore it for as long as possible. Right now, we're going to load up this trailer with stones because our big cement type production is out of stones. Our lime production is getting low on stones. Let's do a load of stones up there, and then we'll do a load of wheat or barley because it's cheaper out to our chickens. Stones filled up right there, $359. I think we get a pretty nice return off of that with those productions. Now, I want to do it in this order because I want to leave the chicken feed in there. With the chicken feed being sitting over there next to the pen, and I have it emptying out, it actually empties out automatically. So I got nothing to worry about. I don't have to wait till the end of the month. Even though I might be busy this month, I'm thinking about just going ahead and sleeping, but I am worried about the wood production out there not getting enough wood. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like whenever I get done here. Maybe I will sleep another month, then do a bunch of forestry next month. Either way, it's going to have to get done at some point. I may have driven a little too far off the side of the road here. It's not all sunshine and rainbows around here whenever I'm driving off camera. I do a lot of bad driving. Over here topping off with the barley right now, only costing us $2,253, a lot cheaper than going that big bag route. or just purchasing any pallet options out of the store. Now my fuel is really low. I believe I can actually fill up with fuel from this station right here, but I do worry it's like way too cheap, maybe even cheap. Let me check fuel prices. I guess it's really not too cheap at all compared to it. It's really just got that 10% off most likely. Regular price is $1,500 per thousand. This one's costing only $13.49 per thousand. So I will go ahead and just get it from here. Not super cheap compared to the rest, so all good there. $340 topped off. Plus that went a whole lot faster, I think, than it would at the pump. Even though I'm not connected to that trailer anymore, it should keep going inside the chicken pen over and over again. As it loses some, more goes in, stuff like that. Now, I think I'm going to hold off on the forestry work, but there's one thing we are definitely going to do this month before we advance any further. Never mind, change of plans. We're not doing that right now. We're just going to leave this OSHA violation going on right there and go to sleep. Let's see what it looks like in the morning. Hopefully I was correct about that trailer emptying in there, or we're about to be out of feed for those chickens once again. Well, it is definitely a lot darker out here than I was expecting, but we have a flashlight and I have animals to check on. Also, we're up to $77,000. Oh man, that is absolutely beautiful. I love it. And does look like the food continued to top off all the way with this trailer sitting here. That is awesome. I can also go up to the trailer, see how much is in there. 3,844 liters. This thing holds 8,000 liters. Once it gets too low, I'll go top it off again. I need to just have that as a dedicated trailer for that situation, so I can pretty much have an increased capacity to the pen. Checking on our wood production. Looks like we're using about a little over 15,000 liters of wood every single month, so not bad. And we will definitely run out if we don't do anything with it right now. We will be doing something with it this month, just not right now. Let's look into what I wanted to do last month, but we didn't have enough money for. We're going to buy Farmland 35. It is close to us, right next to us, and there are cows on there. I don't know how many, but I feel like it's a lot cheaper to just buy this farmland and get cows than actually buy the cows. Hopefully there's a lot on there. This land's only costing us $37,817. Say only. Wish I could purchase that on the spot in real life, but nope, not happening. Now, one thing that really did worry me about this pen was the fact that it's going to take water. I don't like this pen at all for a couple of reasons. I mean, all they can do here is really nothing, I guess. I mean, what am I going to get from this except for allowing them to raise up? So we may end up deleting this pen at a later point. There's only 10 cows in there right now. No food, no water. That's not good. We need to get them either out of this pen into our new one or get this pen filled up. I'm going to end up just taking them out of there, bringing them over here to this new barn. I was thinking about using the herdsman stick. That way I could just load them all into that and move them by hand, but I'm not going to do that. I'll actually look at getting some sort of trailer to move a little bit at a time. I mean, only 10 of them in there, not that big of a deal, but what I want to do before I start moving them is get this pen right here filled up with some food at least. I really wish I had done that or had the food at least ready before I went and bought that land, because they were sitting there with zero food, zero water. So that reproduction rate is about to go down. Now silage here gives 80% effectiveness. That should do the job. They'll be happy on silage. At least I hope they are. Not only do I have that herdsman stick option, I also have this leash mod option. I guess it would work the same as a herdsman stick, but it'd only put 2 in there. The herdsman stick holds, I believe, 200. Now the thing is, could I hook up these cows and bring them over by a leash? Maybe. Not all cows are very friendly though. So that is something I definitely wouldn't want to do or try in real life. Also, trying to load them into a trailer can be difficult sometimes as well. So I'll just do the trailer because it's definitely pretty easy on a game here. Fair wheel, nope. We're going to go with this one here though. I believe it holds 10 cows. We'll purchase that $24,000. 10 cows is exactly how much we have, and that's what we need to move. I was just wondering, what exactly is y'all's thought on this pen over here to the right where the cows are currently at that I'm moving out? Do I keep it? Do I get rid of it? The thing I'm thinking is just go ahead and get rid of it. I guess I could use it to hold the baby cows that come in, the calves, and just leave them over here until they grow up full maturity, or even leave the males over here. Basically the ones that won't produce me anything. But my big downside to that is the fact that I'm gonna have to bring water over here. I did go ahead and check our other production. It does have automatic watering in it, so no water I have to take over there. Let's go ahead and move 10 of these to the trailer. Heck yeah. The reason I'm in such a hurry to move them is because their reproduction rate is at 80%. I want to hurry up and get them over somewhere with food so that reproduction rate can continue to go up. For some reason, I'm thinking they go up 20% at a time, so maybe we'll have some baby cows next month. I'm not sure, but if baby cows come in, that means milk's going to be coming in as well. Looks like we got limousine cows. Do those work good for milk? I don't know. Help me out in the comments, please. And man, I am getting stuck out here. This is not good. Help me out with the driving too. We now have 10 cows in there, and I did notice that it holds 64 cows Let's get that number all the way up there. I look forward to that. At least I think I do, until I got to feed them. And this is probably just going to sit out here for a very, very long time. I don't see any reason on getting rid of any of the cows moving forward. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. The thing is, I just like getting the milk off of them. So if they just keep staying alive, having babies, I'm good with that. I'm not worried about selling them off, but we'll keep it just in case. It's going to be buried in the back of that shed. It's going to be our second trailer full of silage. Now we will need to go get some straw if I want to get manure off of these cows, and I actually do. I think you need straw for manure. I believe the slurry will come out automatically without the straw. I'm pretty sure it's just straw equals manure, and somehow we already have a little bit of manure in here. Moving forward with that manure and slurry, I got some big plans for it to make us some good money at a future time. Might even turn it into some sort of fertilizer we're going to use out here on our field. I don't know if it's really even worth it in that direction, because manure and slurry is pretty much the price of gold if you know how to use it correctly in a future production. Just going to top this off with some straw because, hey, that works out really great, right? What was that? $594. There's another $8 miscellaneous that was up there, and that was for some more silage additive. It wouldn't let me top off until I got that for some reason. And the big question here, was buying that land, farmland 35, a good idea? I mean, I spent $37,000, got 10 cows. Yes, they're a little grown up more than what you can actually purchase, and they're normally not the cows I go with. I usually go with those black and white cows because, you know, they produce a little bit of white milk and chocolate milk because they're black and white, right? Fun fact, apparently a lot of people actually believe black cows or brown cows are what's needed to produce chocolate milk. I don't know if that's a fun fact or a really sad fact. It's actually a really sad fact. Anyways, we now have cows. I'm excited for that, and I'm all out of time for this one. Next episode, really got to get some forestry done because we got to keep our main big income generator coming in to our farm, or I'm going to have to get back on contracts. I really don't want to get back on contracts. I'm sure y'all are tired of seeing that too. But hey, thank you everybody so much for stopping in and watching. Really do appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great day or night wherever you're at. And until next time, y'all take care.